remember that you're the prize at all times.
When I was a teenager, my dad had a little chat with me and he said, for you to give your time to any man, he should feel absolutely privileged to spend time with you, even if all you do is sit there and talk. And to be frank, that gave me a complex in the best way.
As a father who is admittedly wrapped around his daughter's finger, fathers, stop telling your daughter this, because they grow up with this complex believing that men are supposed to treat them like their father treats them. I've said this many times before, but there's no work that a woman has to put in as a daughter to be loved by her father. But there's plenty of work to be put in for a woman to be loved by a man. The way that I love my daughter and the way that someone else may love my daughter come from two completely different places. As soon as she showed up into this world, instantly she had my protection, she had my love, she had my respect. She had everything that she needed from me. She didn't have to work for any of it. It's already hers. My job is to make sure to teach her that she is not entitled to anybody's finances, attention, time, or love just for showing up. A father's love is so specific and so special that it cannot be duplicated in a romantic love. Of course, there are traits and characteristics that you want to carry over from your father to your partner, but in general, you're going to have to do some work. The same way you demand respect, you're going to have to offer respect. The same way you want to be treated like it's a privilege to be around you, you're going to have to afford the same thing. To believe that you're the prize in a mutual dynamic, it screams arrogance. It communicates that you expect me to come second to you in this relationship. I will never teach my daughter that, and I will never teach the opposite end of that to my son. And this plays a large part in why men have been checking out of relationships. If they don't feel like they're going to be at least equally prioritized in value, what's the point in making a commitment?
Very true. I agree. I think a lot of men miseducate their daughters. I think a lot of simps transition the game. Translation is a lot of entitled women. That's what you see. Because obviously, if you got a daughter as the father, she ain't got to do those things the woman got to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of women get it misconstrued. You're going to have to put some work in.
Yeah.
You look for certain traits in your partner that's in your dad. I get that, but you're going to have to, show out for that man.
Yeah. I think a lot of women, they just want to sit pretty.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
They want to be the passenger princess.
All women do.
Literally.
They want to ride shotgun. I get it.
Of course. Yes. Obviously. But I'm just saying, literally, as in with everything, as in put no work in, zero work. I just expect everything from you and I don't give anything back.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a lot of women think. And I think that's where a lot of women go very wrong.
That kind of thinking, that mentality, that's arrogance. That's look, ain't no man gonna take you seriously. Your dad is gonna let certain things slide.
Yeah.
Ain't no dude you're trying to date is gonna accept that. Let's keep it up.
But 100. This is where some fathers teach their daughters the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So in some senses, it's not her fault because she was taught that. But obviously, as she grows up, becomes an adult, sees the results of what she was doing, there should be a point to where it's like, okay, this ain't working.
You say there should be a point.
There should be.
Not everyone grows up. What about the ignorant ones? And what about how many of our women haven't learned till late?
Yeah, so I'm saying they haven't grown up yet.
Yeah.
Their mindset is still back then. So, yeah, I just think that what the man said in the video, I think he's right. A father's love is different to a husband's love. They have similarities, but you definitely have to put in work for any relationship to work out.
Any woman, if you got brothers, if it's your daughter, them dudes is going to show out for you. You ain't got to do nothing for them. You ain't got to do much for them anyway. But when it comes to vetting for a man, you got to do something for him though.
Yeah. And
if you think about the poster girl, was it Lori Harvey? Just remember that you're the prize at all time. Okay. Come on, man. I'm not saying the woman ain't the prize, but you have to understand the man's the prize too then.
Lori Harvey is not a good example.
I'm just saying, if the woman's the prize, the man's the prize
We're
too.
both the prize.
If you're saying it's my time and he's on my time and like he ain't got no time for himself, then it's a recipe for disaster.
But that means that you look down on him.
Again,
You're not
they do.
of equal value.
No.
You're up here and he's down here. So how would that relationship work anyway?
True.